Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're plunging into something that really touches everyone, whether you realize it or not. The topic is, who am I? My story. It's all about how these narratives we build, sometimes without even thinking about it, actually shape who we are. You're like, stop and think why some memories just stick, like they play on repeat in your head.
Hmm.
Or, why humans everywhere across all time just seem absolutely hooked on telling stories.
Hmm.
It's way more than just like entertainment, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think is really driving that need we all seem to have to share and hear these personal tales?
Well, it's a fantastic question, and honestly, it's deeper than most people probably think. Our
Mhm.
brains, they're not just wired for facts and figures. We're wired for connection, for
Yeah.
meaning, and we find that through stories, through
Mm.
narrative. So, storytelling isn't just some hobby. It's fundamental. It's how we figure out where we fit in the world, how we make sense of our past, and maybe even more importantly, how we sort of imagine what's next, our future. It's almost like an evolutionary thing.
Evolutionary imperative. Wow, that
Yeah.
really frames it differently, doesn't it?
It does.
So our mission today then isn't just to say, oh, stories are powerful. It's to really understand like how they work. How do you actually craft one that connects? And crucially, why does sharing them matter so much? Not just for us, but for our families, friends, our whole community.
Exactly.
Just think about it for a sec. Stories aren't just words. They're like these incredibly potent tools for understanding ourselves and understanding each other, too. When you tell your story or when you really truly listen to someone else's, you're doing something basic, something deeply human.
You really are. You're tapping into something universal. And the why behind it, why we tell stories, it's got layers. It's pretty complex. For starters, it's not just that stories show us our identity and values, they actually help build them.
Oh, interesting. So they're
Yeah.
not just mirrors, they're builders.
Precisely. By choosing which memories we focus on, what details we highlight, how we narrate what happened, we're constantly sort of editing and refining who we think we are. It's this ongoing process. We're defining ourselves as we go. And, that shapes who we become.
That makes so much sense. I've definitely noticed how my own take on something that happened years ago has kind of shifted.
Mhm.
The story feels different because, well, I'm different.
Exactly. That's it right there. And this self-construction, this storytelling, it also lets us share those inner experiences. It makes our internal world make sense to others. Imagine if we couldn't do that. We'd just be these isolated collections of facts. Stories make us relatable, complex, human. And this is really important. Personal stories are like bridges, powerful ones. Hearing someone else's unique story, even if their life looks totally different from yours, it helps us connect to that shared humanity.
Yeah.
If you zoom out, you see that every single person's story isn't just their experience. It's like a unique thread in this huge, amazing tapestry of what it means to be human.
A tapestry. I love that. That image really works. My story's a thread, yours is a thread.
Hmm.
And together they make this incredible, rich picture. It does make you feel connected, doesn't it? Like underneath all the differences, there's this basic human stuff we all share.
Absolutely. Unity in the experience.
Okay, so if stories are this fundamental, this human thing, what makes a personal story different from just, I don't know, telling someone what you had for breakfast or like reading your diary out loud?
Huh. Good question. No, it's definitely not just a diary entry. A personal story, really, is an account from your life that shows something meaningful. There's a point to it, a discovery, maybe a lesson learned, some kind of change. It's not just the events, it's the event plus the insight, the meaning you got from it.
Ah, okay, so the meaning is the secret sauce.
Pretty much. Without that reflection, it's just information, stuff that happened.
So does that mean every personal story has to be like super dramatic, like a big life-changing event?
Hmm.
Or can smaller moments count too?
Oh, that's a really important point. No, absolutely not. It doesn't need to be some huge drama. A quiet moment, a small kindness somebody showed you, maybe just figuring something out about yourself.
Yeah.
Those can be incredibly powerful if you reflect on what they meant.
Okay.
So, for example, a personal story might be about your family history, maybe a tradition you have, how making a certain recipe for a holiday tells a bigger story about where you come from, what your family values.
Right, like it connects you to something bigger.
Exactly. Or it could be about cultural practices, things specific to your background that shaped how you see the world. Or sometimes, yeah, it is a specific moment that really changed you. Maybe something that seems small at the time, but looking back, you realize, wow, that taught me something huge. Or that was a turning point.
So it's less about how big the event was and more about how big the insight felt.
You got it. That's the key. And for a story to really land, to be strong, it needs a few things. It needs to be authentic, like really true to you and your experience, not hyped up or made up.
Okay, authentic, got it.
It needs to be reflective. You've actually thought about it, processed what it means, and you can share that meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Reflection. And ideally, it connects your personal experience to something bigger. Universal themes, things like courage or trying to belong or getting through tough times, finding your identity.
So it links your little story to the big human story.
Exactly. That's what makes it resonate with people. Even if they've never been through the exact same thing, they connect with the underlying feeling, the universal theme.
That makes perfect sense. It's not just the what happened, but the what it meant and maybe what it still means to you now.
Precisely.
Okay, all right. So say you've got a memory, something meaningful, something that offered you that kind of insight. How do you actually turn that feeling, that memory, into a story? Like something that grabs someone and takes them on that journey with you. It's not just spilling words, right? There's usually some kind of structure, like in a movie or a book.
Yeah, that's right. Structure really helps. Most compelling stories, whether they're super short or really long, tend to follow a kind of three-part flow. A beginning, a middle, and an end. It helps the listener follow along and really get the point.
Okay, 3 acts, like a play.
Kind of. So Act 1 is the beginning. This is where you set the stage. You let people know who was involved, where it took place, maybe when. You give just enough detail, vivid stuff to pull the listener in, make them curious, paint a little picture in their mind.
Okay, so setting the scene. If I was telling that story about that crazy camping trip back when I was a kid, I wouldn't just say we went hiking. I'd be like, man, it was sticky hot that July morning. You could barely breathe, but the car was buzzing, My little sister was bouncing off the walls in the back seat as our old clunker of a station wagon groaned its way towards the mountains for our big family camping trip. Something like that.
Perfect. Exactly like
Yeah.
that. You hook us, we're right there with you in that sticky car.
Okay.
Then comes Act 2, the middle. This is the main part of the story. This is where you describe what happened. The main event, the challenge you ran into, maybe an unexpected discovery, or just the journey itself. This is where the action unfolds, maybe tension builds, or where that deeper realization starts to bubble up. It's the core of it, the meat of the story.
The heart of the story. Got it.
And then Act 3, the end. And this part is often the most crucial. It's not just stopping the story.
Right. It's the payoff.
That
The so what part.
Exactly. The end is the reflection. What changed for you because this happened? What did you actually learn? How did you grow or shift your perspective because of that experience? This is where that meaning, that insight we talked about really shines through, where you connect your personal journey to those bigger ideas. It's where your specific experience becomes something others can learn from too.
That reflection part feels really important. Transforming the event into wisdom almost.
It is. It's absolutely vital because think about it. Without reflection, it's just an anecdote, right? Just something that happened.
Just a list of facts.
But with reflection, it becomes a powerful lesson. It becomes insight. That's what gives the story its depth, its staying power. It helps you, the teller, understand why this memory even matters enough to share.
Okay. That makes sense. But still, for a lot of people, maybe even me sometimes, the hardest part is just starting. Like, where do you even begin to dig up your story when you have a whole lifetime of memories?
That's a super common hurdle. Totally normal.
We need some help getting the wheels turning.
Yeah.
Maybe some prompts, like sentence starters.
Exactly. And we've got some good ones. These aren't just generic prompts. They're designed to kind of bypass the awkward intro and get you straight to the meaningful stuff. So instead of starting with, my name is, or one time, try something that immediately invites that reflection. Just like, mentally try these on for size right now as you're listening. How about an experience that really shaped who I am was? See? Straight to the impact.
Okay, yeah, like that.
Or one tradition that connects me deeply to my culture gets right to identity and belonging. Or maybe when I first encountered something new, like a place or idea, I suddenly realized focus is on discovery.
Oh, good one.
How about I once faced a challenge that taught me about points to learning through struggle.
Yeah.
Or simply, what I ultimately learned from this whole experience was straight to the reflection, the takeaway.
Wow, okay. Those feel different. They're not just asking what happened, they're asking what it meant
Right
from the start.
Right. Exactly. They're like little doorways, aren't they? Straight into your most meaningful moments. They push you towards that deeper thought, that reflection, immediately.
Yeah, like a shortcut to making the story matter. Leading with the impact. I like that.
It helps frame it from the beginning.
Okay, to really see all this in action, the structure, the reflection, the meaning. Let's look at a real example. Our friend, Miss Zahra, shared this really wonderful personal story. It hits all these notes perfectly. It's about culture, tradition, but the feeling behind it is something I think everyone can connect with.
Yes, it's a beautiful example. So, Mrs. Zara shared that she grew up in Iran, and Nowruz, the Persian New Year, was this huge, vibrant celebration marking the start of spring, the start of the new year. Right there, that's our beginning, isn't it? Sets the scene. Who, Mrs. Zara, where, Iran, when, review.
Okay, yeah. Clear picture.
Then she talked about helping her family prepare sabzi polo. It's this amazing aromatic rice dish with lots of herbs, a traditional part of the celebration. But here's the key part, the discovery in the middle. As she was doing this, helping out year after year, she started to realize it wasn't just about the delicious food, it was about something more. It felt like belonging, connection.
Ah, okay. So the action making the food leads to this inner realization. That's the middle.
Exactly. And then comes the reflection,
Yeah.
the end, the deeper meaning she found over time. She realized, looking back, that these traditions, these rituals, like making sabzi polo for Nowruz, they weren't just, nice memories. They were more like bridges.
Bridges, how so?
Bridges connecting generations, connecting her to her parents, her grandparents, her ancestors, and connecting her to future generations too. They were these living threads weaving the past, present, and future together.
Wow.
That was the profound lesson she took away. How these traditions carry culture, identity, and that sense of belonging across time. That's her growth, her reflection.
That's beautiful. See how she didn't just tell us what she did, I helped make rice. She told us what it meant to her, why it mattered, why it still matters.
Hmm.
That's the magic, isn't it? Turning cooking into this profound story about who you are, where you come from, how you connect. You can almost feel the warmth of that, the meaning behind it.
You really can. It resonates.
So now it's genuinely your turn. Everyone listening, think about your story. No pressure at all to share right now, but just think. What event, what tradition, what person, what memory has really shaped you? Maybe it's something big, maybe something small. Maybe try one of those sentence starters we talked about. Just mull it over for a moment. What comes up for you?
And as you're thinking, here's a useful question to ask yourself. What do I want someone else to learn about me, or maybe about my background or culture, from hearing this story? That question really helps you focus. It helps you find the core message, the thing you really want to communicate. It guides your reflection.
Yeah, it moves you from just remembering to actually sharing something meaningful. Now imagine for a second. What if everyone in your class or your family or just your group of friends felt comfortable sharing a story like Ms. Zara's, a story that revealed something real about them? How do you think that would change things? How could sharing personal stories like that build stronger communities, whether it's a classroom or, anywhere people gather?
It could be transformative, couldn't it? Because sharing invites connection.
Yeah.
But that invitation, it needs something just as important on the other side. Respectful listening, really valuing someone's voice when they share, truly hearing them. Maybe asking thoughtful questions afterward, questions that show you were listening and want to understand more.
Not just waiting for your turn to talk.
Exactly. It's about celebrating the courage it takes for someone to be open and honest like that. When we truly listen, we show that their voice, their story matters, and that builds trust. And trust, that's the foundation of any strong, healthy community. So true. Okay, we've really dug deep today into this amazing world of personal stories. Just remember, your story isn't just words. It's the living fabric of your identity. It's who you are, who you're becoming, where you come from. It's such a powerful, basic part of being human.
Absolutely. And your voice, your unique way of seeing things, it adds something incredibly valuable to that big human tapestry we talked about.
Yeah.
Don't ever underestimate that power. Your journey, your experiences, they're unique and they're absolutely worth sharing. Be proud of them.
So as you head back into your week, here's something to chew on, a final thought. If every single person walking around has a unique story inside them, like a piece of the human puzzle that only they hold, what amazing insights, what incredible connections, what important bridges are we maybe missing out on if we don't make the time to listen, to share, to really try and understand each other's stories.
Just imagine the empathy we could build, the communities we could strengthen, the kind of world we could create, really, just by being brave enough to share our authentic selves and listen with open hearts. What could that future look like? Something to think about. We really encourage you to keep reflecting on your own story. Maybe even try writing it down. Exploring those themes, identity, resilience, belonging. Your story matters. It's waiting to be told. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep sharing, and definitely keep listening.